East Colony Collective presents League of Legends highlights brought to you by Hound of the Pound. This is Game 1 of our Clash for the Void Cup. 8 teams enter, but only one team will be immortalized as Void Cup champions, forever enshrining themselves in League of Legends lore. Red team is Team No Rat, consisting of the big dog Wolf in top lane, Professor Albus in mid, Evalanche in the jungle, Snordrinker as ADC, and Jeremy Wade RM in support. Both teams attempt to evade the opposing jungle, but encounter no meaningful opposition. However, Team No Rat elects to stay behind and steal blue buff, and in so doing, catches Tahm Kench off guard, eventually forcing him to back. In response, Karthus tries to counter-steal the opposing blue buff. However, Professor Albus anticipated this maneuver, and had already instructed his teammates to ward blue buff, so Red team is ready to pounce at exactly the right moment. From there, Team No Rat is off to the races. Let's watch as they build an early, insurmountable lead on the back of dominant mid-lane play from Professor Albus as Cho'Gath. With no meaningful pressure from jungle due to his well-orchestrated ambush, the entire team is basically given free rein, and they use it to devastating effect. Their lead continues to snowball. Everyone gets fed, they secure every meaningful objective, and soon they're knocking on the door of the Nexus, and it comes crashing down. This is as dominant a performance as I've seen in all of my years casting for the Void Cup. Game 2, the No Rats face off against the Big Schlongs. Interestingly enough, the Big Schlongs target banned the No Rats' entire composition from Game 1, leading Big Dog Wolf to take Singed, Albus to take Yone, Eval, and C on Karthus, and Snordrinker and Jeremy Wade on Tristana and Nautilus, respectively. This time, on the blue side, Team No Rat gets off to a slower start than the previous game, perhaps due to overconfidence from the resounding victory, and the game becomes a back-and-forth affair. An ill-advised foray into Red's topside jungle results in Singed and Karthus dying, which gives the Big Schlongs 2 kills and a free dragon.
From there, the No-Rats struggle to gain their footing, leading to a chaotic fight for the second Drake. The No-Rats contest, getting some important shutdowns, but they can't stop the enemy action during their renewed assault, and they give up Dragon number 2.
Double kill.
However, the No-Rats have finally started to show some fight. In order to kill Yone, the big schlongs overextend, and the No-Rats are ready to pounce. And then a smooth counter-teleport from Singed helps clean up the rest. By this point, Singed has started to become somewhat of a menace. Although Singed is not so much of a menace that he's able to escape this dilemma, which leads to another ill-advised engagement by the No-Rats. Needing to contest the third Drake, Singed again leads the charge. Even though they can't secure the dragon, they do at least get 4 kills for their troubles, but they've backed themselves up against Soul Point for the rest of the game. Thanks to those 4 kills, they try to rush Baron, however, they aren't fast enough for Echo, leading to a tragic Baron steal. So far, that has been the theme of the game, with the No-Rats unable to capitalize on objectives, but they're still clawing their way back in this one. The Big Schlongs then attempt to use their stolen Baron buff to push 1-3-1, but their 3 champions in middle lane walk into an ambush, dying without securing a single objective.
Double kill.
The No-Rats catch Echo in the top lane shortly thereafter, and the Big Schlongs cannot capitalize on their Baron buff at all. Now the No-Rats are building serious momentum. They turn their attention to the 4th dragon, which is Soul Point for the Big Schlongs. In order to secure Dragon Pit, the No-Rats take the fight into the opposing jungle.
Blue team double kill.
After they secure their first dragon, the No-Rats must respond to Renekton and Ezreal, who are pushing aggressively in the bottom lane. However, they push too aggressively and get themselves killed, which allows the No-Rats to use their numerical superiority to set up for Baron. Emboldened by their victory, Albus says to hell with my guardian angel and goes straight at the Baron himself. Red team responds in time for the next Drake, which again will be soul point for them if they can secure it. Every member of both teams is present for this pivotal fight, which I've slowed down so that we can appreciate the action. Though it looks bleak at times, Singed has an unstoppable run through the red team ranks. The menace is menacing. Because of that advantage, Tristana and Singed use Baron buff to clear a path all the way to the enemy Nexus, but they aren't able to finish it off, meaning that both teams are soon fighting for the dragon once again. This fight begins without the No-Rats champion, but soon he's teleporting in. And the big schlongs have no answer for him. And because of that, soon the survivors are marching on to the open Nexus, and Game 2 is in the books. The championship is next. Okay, now the championship is next. The big schlongs fall hard, and No-Rat is moving on. The Void Cup is at stake. In all my years casting for the Void Cup, I'd never seen a final as anticipated as this. The newcomers, the challengers, Team No-Rat up against the colossal favorites, Team Rock. For this Void Cup final matchup, Shen will be played by Big Dog Woof in the top lane, mid will be Aurelia played by Professor Albus, Evalmc in the jungle with Rammus, bot will be Misfortune played by Snordrinker, and finally the support will be Leona by Jeremy Wade. This championship match starts even worse than the prior two for Team No-Rat as they fall prey to a sneaky, cheeky jungle invade that catches two members of Team No-Rat off guard. You'll actually notice that this jungle invade becomes emblematic of the entire early game for both teams, where bot lane for Team No-Rat is victimized by the Team Rock strategy, which is emphasizing trying to get a lead in the bottom lane. This is offset by strong play from Team No-Rat in other phases of the game, particularly top and the middle lanes, with a few okay ganks here and there from our jungler. But as we're going to see in these upcoming clips, again, the early theme is bottom lane gets victimized, and then top lane and mid lane compensate. A beautiful, timely teleport by Big Dog Woof as part of a scripted play by Team No Rat to turn things around a little bit in the bot lane. At least, temporarily. The bottom lane has been the source of most of the action thus far in the early game, and this next fight will be no different, except that this is the longest one and the best one for Team No Rat to date. However, a strong victory is followed up with a questionable teleport within tower range by Professor Albus, though this is one of his few bad plays of the game. Despite winning the fight, Wowafo makes the questionable choice to stay in top lane and immediately dies for his sins. The middle of the game is going to see Team No Rat slowly equalize their position on the backs of very strong play from Aurelia and Shin, with both teams eventually taking an equal number of Dragon and a fairly equal gold position into the later stages of the game.
Red team double kill.
Though not every fight goes well for Aurelia or Shin. And as we see here, Team No Rat, despite very strong play clawing back into the game, has a couple hiccups along the way.
Red team's turret. A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has reconnected.
At this point, you may have realized that the strength of Team No Rat is primarily in the play of Aurelia. If Aurelia plays well and makes a good engagement, Team No Rat generally wins the fight. And if she doesn't, they generally don't. Funny side note here, as you may have noticed, the Rift Herald is actually the one that kills Caitlyn right here.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
This rather long engagement is actually going to take us right to the brink of our very first Baron fight. And though they are able to secure Baron, you may notice that Team Rat didn't do it quite as smoothly as they might have wanted to. Not only did they miss the smite, but Professor Albus is knocked into the air by Baron, and nobody is able to block for him, so he goes down to Caitlyn ult. The game continues with extremely strong play from our top laner and mid laners as Big Dog Woof and Exhilarate, I've just given away his ult, Professor Albus, are able to consistently make strong picks and strong plays to take out the key players of the Team Rock squad. That quadra kill from Aurelia is actually the fight that finally swung the gold advantage in favor of Team No Rat, and then they make the wise choice to trade Baron for 5th Dragon, giving themselves a big advantage going forward.
Red team has slain Baron Nashor.
While Wowafo has been an extremely impactful player this game, he frequently takes bad engagements, either engaging the entire red team himself or battling in situations where he shouldn't be to the detriment of his own team, and that's becoming a common theme as the game progresses. Another common theme, the consistently strong play of Professor Albus. At this point, Team No Rat is firmly in control. They're taking the bulk of the good engagements. They have a solid gold lead. They're using their advantage as well, and they're just gelling. This results in the pivotal moment of the game, and as so often happens with Team No Rat, it's the fight for Soul Point. However, this time, for once, Team No Rat is ideally positioned to take this fight. All of their members are available in Dragon Pit, they are zoning out the other team, they pick Poppy, and then, when Lux attempts to step up and steal Dragon, she does so at her own peril, ignoring obvious threats to her safety. When she gets caught, the rest of her team tries to go and save her, getting themselves killed, and basically losing the championship match. The crowd, going wild, senses victory in the air, senses these majestic underdogs finally coming to the forefront and realizing their potential. Team Rock can do nothing but shake their heads and take off their headsets as Team No Rat marches to victory. Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a Hound of the Pound special presentation, the Void Cup. I'm honored to have been able to cast for these plucky underdogs and tell the tale of their march to the greatest Void Cup I have ever personally witnessed. And I can only hope, for the years of League casting I have left in me, that I get to one day witness another triumph as great as this one. For all of you at home, I'm Evan Childers, and this is the Hound of the Pound, signing off.